In this video, what are consular ID cards, CID cards? Today, we're diving into a topic that I didn't even know existed until recently, this concept of consular identification cards. I only stumbled upon this subject learning about the Mexican Matricula Consular, which is Mexico's consular ID card that they've issued to millions of people. And we have a separate video about that Matricula Consular if you want to check it out on our channel. But in this video, I wanted to talk about consular ID cards in general, because there are a number of countries that issue these cards. So the list, just to get right into it, is Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala, Guinea, Mali, Mexico, and Peru. Other countries like Bolivia, El Salvador, Honduras, Peru, and Poland have considered or piloted CID programs, but it's not 100% confirmed. The list may evolve with time, but you're looking at a number of countries in Latin America and then a couple of African countries as well. And since MyLatinLife, we're all about Latin America, this is a pretty interesting play for Latin American citizenships and a hidden benefit of Latin American citizenships that a lot of people don't take into consideration. So let's kick things off. We'll start with the basics. What are consular ID cards? It's an official photo ID issued by a foreign government's consulate or embassy to its citizens living or traveling abroad. Its main purpose is to verify the bearer's nationality and identity, helping consulates track their nationals and provide services like voter registration, emergency assistance, or legal support. CID cards are not proof of legal residency in the host country, so holders can be documented or undocumented immigrants, temporary residents, or even tourists. Rooted in the 1963 Vienna Convention on Consular Relations, which permits consulates to issue documents for their citizens, CID cards are used worldwide. In the US, they're especially prominent, with over 2.2 million Mexican CID cards issued in 2002 to 2003 alone, per a 2004 GAO report. I wish I had newer numbers than that. If you guys have some numbers, you can leave them in the comments. So some common questions might include, what can you do with the CID card? Are they secure? Why are they controversial? We'll answer all these questions and list the countries issuing them in more detail, starting with the key features. So, features and uses of CID cards. Let's look at their features and functions. CID cards are typically issued in the holder's name, has a photo, date of birth, nationality, address abroad, and a unique ID number. They're issued for a set period, often 5 years, and may include security features like holograms, barcodes, or biometric data. In host countries, CID cards serve multiple purposes. Number one, banking. Many U.S. banks accept CID cards to open accounts, helping immigrants access financial services. Two is as identification. Some states, municipalities, and businesses accept CID cards for driver's licenses, library access, or local services. Number three, consular services. They register holders with consulates, ensuring access to voting, legal aid, or emergency evacuation. And number four, tax filing. Cards like Mexico's Matricula Consular can help obtain an ITIN for U.S. tax purposes. And if you want to know about the ITIN, we have a dedicated video about the ITIN on our channel as well. Be sure to subscribe to MyLatinLife. Check out our back catalog of videos. So who can get a CID card and how? The big question. Generally, any citizen of a country issuing CID cards can apply at the consulate or embassy abroad, regardless of immigration status. Requirements vary by country, but typically include proof of nationality in the form of a passport, birth certificate, or national ID, proof of identity, a photo ID like a voter card or driver's license, proof of address, a utility bill, lease, or other document showing your address in the host country. The process involves an in-person visit to the consulate, where officials verify documents, take a photo, and sometimes collect biometrics like fingerprints. You'll pay a small fee, maybe $20 to $50, and the cards are often issued same day or within weeks. For example, Mexico's Matricula Consular costs around $30 to $35 and it's valid for 5 years. Here's a hidden tip. Check consulate policies. Some, like Guatemala, use centralized databases for verification, while others, like Mexico, may rely on different types of checks, right? So avoid third-party agents to prevent scams. Book directly via consulate websites or hotlines. Now let's get into more detail about the countries issuing CID cards. Which countries issue? We already went through the list, and while not all countries offer them, several have established CID programs, ones that have been around for a long time, especially in the US due to large diaspora communities. So based on available data, here's a list of countries again. Argentina, they have what's called the Tarjeta de Identificación Consular Argentina, the TICA card, which is issued for banking, travel, municipal services. Brazil, they have the Matricula de Cidadão Brasileiro, used for consular registration and local ID purposes. Colombia has the Tarjeta de Registro Consular. Ecuador has CID cards for nationals abroad, though the specifics are a little bit less documented. I don't have the exact name of it here. Guatemala has the Tarjeta de Identificación Consular Guatemalteca, the TICG, issued since 2002. Guinea apparently has a card as well. I don't have the name of it exactly. Mali, also in Africa, has a Carte d'identité consulaire, used for identification in the US and elsewhere. Mexico has the Matricula Consular de Alta Seguridad, the MCAS, which we've talked about in other videos. And Peru doesn't issue CID cards, but it allows its Documento Nacional de Identificación as an alternative ID. So the list of countries is relatively short. Most of the countries are in Latin America. Mexico and Argentina and Brazil and Colombia are the big ones that stick out to me. Guatemala as well. I think that's another strong benefit for the Guatemalan passport. So that's the list of countries. I think more countries should do this. It's a no-brainer backup travel document, or not just travel document, but backup ID. So just a general purpose backup ID. More countries should be issuing these backup IDs. Next, let's talk about security features and controversies. How secure are CID cards? Modern CID cards like Mexico's third generation Matricula Consular, updated in 2022, uses advanced security features like embedded chips, holograms, MRZ codes, and biometrics like fingerprints. Guatemala's cards verify against a passport database with fingerprint checks. These measures aim to prevent fraud and forgery. However, CID cards spark debate, especially in the US. And the FBI has testimony from 2003 arguing that they're, quote, inherently unreliable due to inconsistent verification processes. For example, Mexico's lack of a centralized CID database raises risks of multiple cards being issued to one person. The 2005 Real ID Act limited CID acceptance for driver's licenses, requiring lawful presence and prioritizing passports. Some, like the Center for Immigration Studies, claim CID cards enable undocumented immigrants to evade enforcement, undermining U.S. immigration policy. Supporters counter that CID cards enhance security by bringing transactions into the open, improving consular notification, and fostering bilateral relations. And here's a lesser known perspective is the global acceptance. So over 180 countries, including the US, ratified the Vienna Convention, normalizing CID issuance as a consular function. Contact your country's consulate to confirm requirements and ensure banks, DMVs, or local agencies accept the card. For example, California accepts Mexico's Matricula for driver's licenses, but Arizona requires biometric verification. Second, apply safely. Book appointments directly via consulate websites or hotlines to avoid fraud. Third, carry strategically. Use the CID as a backup ID. It's cheaper and easier to replace than a passport. Fourth, stay updated. Follow consulate news on X or official sites, and subscribe to the MyLatinLife channel as well. Check out the podcast because we're constantly updating people on the latest news on the ground, especially in Latin America with everything passports, residencies, etc. So I think there's a lesser known impact here, which is the economic and cultural empowerment. CID cards enables banking, saves a lot of hassles, reduces reliance on the passport as a form of ID. Bringing out your passport is inherently insecure all the time. So to be able to use this ID in the form of passport is a no-brainer. So there you have it, global citizens. Consular identification cards are powerful tools for expatriates, verifying nationality, unlocking banking, and fostering cultural ties. From Mexico's Matricula Consular to Argentina's TICA and the growing list of issuing countries, CID cards bridge home and abroad, despite debates over security and immigration. With practical tips like safe applications and strategic use, you're ready to navigate this ID system. Whether you're a Mexican in the US, a Guatemalan in Canada, or just curious, I hope this video answered your questions and sparked some excitement. What's your experience with CID cards? Got questions about getting one? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more global ID and immigration insights. See you in the next video.